Hello, friends. Today we're diving into a topic that's rarely discussed in health circles, yet it's critical for sleep, for mood, and overall well being. And that topic is light management. You may notice that I'm wearing some extremely stylish amber tinted glasses. And before you get really jealous about these glasses, I'll tell you how you can get your own pair, and I'll also explain why exactly I'm wearing them, and it's for a good reason. But before we talk about the eyewear, let's start with why managing your light consumption is so crucial, especially in our modern world. Light management matters, and most people don't realize how much light exposure, especially artificial light, affects conditions like insomnia, anxiety, and even digestive problems can be worsened by stress from light. In fact, you could argue that it's as important to manage your light environment as it is to manage your diet and nutrition. And in a lot of cases, it's actually more important than managing your diet and nutrition. Let's do a brief history lesson. If we travel back in time, before the invention of the light bulb, our main source of light was the sun. We'd wake up with the sunrise and we'd go to bed after sunset. The nighttime only had small amounts of light from the moon, from the stars, and maybe some firelight. None of these factors were very disruptive or even disruptive at all to our normal biology like today's artificial lighting is. So, with artificial light everywhere, from overhead fixtures to screens, our environment lets us stay up late. But if we don't manage it well, then it can really take a toll on our health. So, let's talk brain chemicals for just a moment. In the morning, the sunrise, the light that we get from the sun, it triggers a release of cortisol, our wake up hormone. Cortisol helps give us energy and get us moving. But as sunset approaches, cortisol levels are supposed to decline, and melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, is supposed to elevate. Melatonin is supposed to calm the nervous system, and it's supposed to actually prompt deep repair. But modern lighting actually disrupts this natural rhythm. Studies have shown that overhead lighting can devastate melatonin production, even if you're not using screens. Incandescent bulbs reduce melatonin by about 40%, while LEDs, which are found in most modern devices and many light fixtures, actually reduce melatonin levels by up to 80%. Melatonin not only supports sleep, it's actually anti cancer, and it helps with muscle recovery and it fosters overall vitality. So, what can you do? Well, here's how I have begun to manage my light. After sunset, I'll either wear amber glasses that block 98% of blue light, or I will switch my lighting that's in my home. And the purpose of wearing these glasses is blocking blue light, and blue light suppresses melatonin. I'll put them on after dark and I'll wear them until bed and even use them for nighttime activities, like if I need to turn the lights on for some reason in the kitchen, or if I need to turn normal overhead lights on. I'll put on these glasses to protect my eyes so I don't see that blue light. There's also lighter daytime versions of these glasses that you can get for using devices to protect you from the blue light, from the just vast amounts of blue light that you might get from using devices. For extreme circumstances like early morning flights, or if your sleep schedule has to be interrupted, you can also use red tinted glasses to block all blue light. And then you could swap out some of the lighting that's in your home. So, if you're going to try to protect yourself maximally, I actually do recommend that you swap out your light bulbs that you use in the evening time. Instead of overhead bulbs, it's better to use lamps at a lower level. The overhead light kind of simulates that sun being overhead during the middle of the day, and it can trigger things in your body, telling your body that it's time to be awake. But if that's later in the evening, then that can cause some problems like hormone imbalances. So, using lights at a lower level, so lamps or floor lamps can be a great option, and swapping out normal blue colored LED bulbs for warmer options like a 1900 Kelvin yellow filament or yellow LED light can really help reduce the amount of disruption that comes from using bright blue lights. Avoid fluorescent lighting that we often see in office buildings or schools. This type of lighting can cause all different kinds of issues. It doesn't look good, and it's definitely not good for your health. Consider using a red bulb or a salt lamp in your nighttime spaces. These can mimic firelight and they minimally impact melatonin. So, consistent light management is one of the simplest and most affordable health upgrades that you can make, and it supports deep sleep. It helps balance your nervous system and it enhances your morning energy. Take it seriously because it is foundational for long term health, and it can even make a dramatic improvement in things like hormone balance in your body. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.